Good morning, Cypress Village residents. My name is Ty Morgan, Executive Director, and welcome to Coffee Chat, virtual coffee chat. Today is Friday the 13th, so we're glad that everybody's out there viewing today with us. I'm going to wrap it up as I usually do. I got a couple nuances that Katie has tasked me with, and we have a really big birthday that we want to announce here in addition to our residents at the end of Coffee Chat. So stay tuned. See you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Coffee Chat. Couple updates from the maintenance department. First off, the mulch you see on the right-hand side of Middleton Park is mostly for common areas, but it is getting to be that point of year. We're probably going to start a little early this year. I'll let you know when that is. Try to get some good use out of the mulch before the leaves start coming down. Next up is the putting green and croquet court. Everything, again, is going well. We'll be getting with the croquet team and the putters club next week to put the cups in, put the lines in, get everything ready for the grand opening on the 1st. Hot water in the D building. I know there's a couple apartments that we're still struggling with. The plumbers are here all week. They've been with us. We've been turning on and off. We made some headway. I think we actually found something, so we'll know tomorrow morning. So here's hoping. Otherwise, we'll keep going. B elevator, waiting on the board, should be in before this is aired. I'm hoping. So have a great weekend, everybody.
Good morning, villagers. Ashley Miller here, your Director of Resident Services. I hope you all have had a wonderful week this week. A couple updates from the Wellness Center. Guardian Pharmacy will be here Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 12 p.m. The medication cycle for Wednesday, 10/18, will be Tower D. Life Transitions Group will be meeting again on Tuesday, 2 p.m. and A6 with Dr. Connie Williams. The group is getting full, so please come by and see us if you would like any life transitions information. We have a free auditory training information session for anyone interested that will be in the Wellness Center from 11 to 12 on Tuesday, October 17th. We'll also have a hearing aid demo day that will be Friday, October 20th from 9 to 3 in the Wellness Center. Please call 904-501-2280 for an appointment. Breakfast and BPs will be sponsored by our very own IHS department today. Come down from 10:30 to 12 to get your blood pressure taken and enjoy a fruit and yogurt parfait to go. Our next Stay Well lecture will be Thursday, October 19th. It will be on fall prevention. It will be hosted by Concierge Home Care with a special guest speaker, the one and only Marsha Green. That will be from 2:15 to 1 o'clock in the OMR on October 19th. The finishing touches for our beautiful wellness clinic are almost complete. We're excited to announce that starting next Wednesday, October 18th, Dr. Inez and Remy will be able to start seeing patients across the hall in their newly renovated office. A daily dose of wellness for you, a tip for stress management. Practice deep breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and repeat. Instant stress relief. Have a wonderful weekend, villagers.
Beautiful. Hello, Cypress Village. This is Laurel Mundell, Director of Administrative Services. In terms of vaccinations for independent living residents, that is a wrap. We just had our clinic and as well as a makeup clinic for those who ran into any bumps in the road the day of. We completed that this week, and just so you know, we had over 200 appointments that we honored, and over 300 individual shots and vaccines were distributed among those 200 appointments. So kudos to the Publix pharmacy team, Chrissy and Ashley, for helping us get that. It was a pretty smooth process after not knowing really what we were doing compared to last year. So good work to those ladies. And up next is assisted living, memory care, and the skilled nursing facility, who Guardian Pharmacy will be able to take care of that. But all of that is now being handed off to those departments. For any independent living residents who did not receive their vaccine at our clinic, we highly recommend that you go on a shopping trip to one of the Publixes in the area, and you can either do an appointment ahead of time, or if it's just for the flu, I believe you can just walk in for the flu. Anything like a COVID vaccine or any of the others, you would have to schedule an appointment, but flu, you can walk in for just the flu vaccine. If you need any help with finding a pharmacy or something like that, feel free to reach out to the wellness clinic, but any pharmacy can be able to get you your flu shot. Some good news. This week we got off a call now that we've had the Virtue Sense fall detection equipment in the skilled nursing facility in place. We've had it for about a month and a half now, but September was our first full month that we were able to track data. We had the associates trained, knowing what they were doing with the equipment, and as well as even the residents being able to give them a full-on understanding of what this monitoring sensor is about. And I am very pleased to report that throughout the entire month of September, all 10 of the rooms that had the monitoring sensors, there was not one single fall. So incredible, absolutely incredible. And we're going to get some historical data on that so that we can compare what September last year looked like to September this year. That is forthcoming. Additionally, on the call this week, when we were working with the Virtue Sense representative, I guess I would call her, when she was explaining the data for us and going through the dashboard, she told us that she wanted to give major kudos to our rehab team because their response time was under 2 minutes whenever that call bell would ring. It was actually a minute, 1.37 minutes, so less than or about a minute and a half, which is incredible. And she said that's hospital level timeframes, not even what you would typically see in a skilled nursing facility setting. So major kudos. We have 5 down in Rehab 1, 5 up in Rehab 2. So both teams throughout have been doing incredible. Very proud of them, and we're looking forward to continuing that trend of no falls in those rooms. On to not so exciting news. We have received a report that another scam type is out there. A company identifying themselves as Home Protection Group or Global Home USA told one of our new residents via letter that they are now covering their home warranty. Cypress Village contracted them as a third party to manage home warranties for the things our indenture covers, and that they are going to pay them directly moving forward. That is absolutely untrue. And throughout the letter and then the subsequent phone call, they attempted multiple times to get this resident's credit card information, and thankfully they brought it to the business office, like we said, and at which point Sarah Ninya, our Associate Executive Director, was able to report this company to the BBB, Better Business Bureau. So just want to make everyone out there, especially the homeowners and any of our residents out in the houses, aware that that is not true. Cypress Village is still your provider for all things, anything related to your indentures. And also in light of that, I want to just highlight an event that's coming up on October 19th at 2:30 p.m. in Egret Hall. The National Association of Veterans and Families will be coming to do a fraud prevention seminar. So if you are available, or if you have anyone that you think should be at that, just to be aware of some of the things that are going on, please come see us October 19th, 2:30 p.m. in Egret Hall. Again, it's the National Association of Veterans and Families that's hosting that. Back to some good news. So our community app, the new version of it, we had another training call this week, so we're back on the wagon again. We had a little bit of a delay, a little hiccup along the way, but the activities team was able to train on their portion of it. So we have dining, wellness, activities all trained. They're gonna work on loading their content, making sure there aren't any issues or bugs with how it's displaying, add a little bit of finesse. Then we also want to get the IT committee's take on what they think of the app and how it's organized. And then from there, we'll do a big release. I'm going to probably host a couple different workshops throughout the month of November. I just need to get with Lisa Drew on planning that so it doesn't interfere with anything she already has going on. And then we'll be good to go. But some of the fun things that you have to look forward to on this app is that you will log in with your own username and password. And with that information, we'll be able to design your profile and offer as much or as little information as you would like. So I'm already going to pre-program your unit and your phone number and your name. in the resident directory that's available on the app. But then if you would like to add any biographical information, such as a career, hobbies, interests, if you're part of the kayaking group, if you want fitness, if you want to be in mahjong, play mahjong together, things like that. That way folks can even search for like-minded residents among the 717 of you that have been loaded into this. Additionally, you'll be able to search for activities too. There's just going to be a lot more ease of use. It'll be very consumer friendly when it comes to using this platform. But we're going to try and keep a lot of the folders and the files for now in the places that you were used to looking for things, so it's easier for you to manage. But you'll start to see a lot of cool things, including an Alexa integration. So that'll be neat, and I'll go over that in the workshop when the time comes, how you can ask your Amazon Alexa, what's for dinner today, what activities are going on in my community, and so on. So looking forward to that, and we're back on track. Hopefully we'll get all of it wrapped up by the end of the month, and then we'll start our workshops. That's all I have for you today. I will see you around the village.
Hello residents, my name is Becky. I am one of your independent living activity assistants. I'm filling in for Lisa since she is out this week, so let's get started. I have 3 big things for y'all. First being that on the 17th and 18th of October, the CLS office is going to be closed. We're doing a much needed deep clean of our storage area on C6. We have already notified those on that floor that we are going to be using that elevator space just for the 17th. We shouldn't need it for the 18th, but if we do, we'll be sure to let you know. Along with that, we do have our book fair, or well, book club, book drive, if you will. That's going to be on today, actually. It starts on the 13th, all the way up until Sunday night, the 15th. The book club is going to be collecting all these books to go to the Beaches Public Library. So if you have any gently used books, drop them off in the OMR. There'll be little clear bins underneath the counter, so just put them in there. Last update, we had our Bella Voce concert canceled yesterday, but we do already have a rescheduled date. You should have already gotten that notice, but just in case you haven't, the new date is going to be November 9th. So be sure to see us in Egret Hall on that day at 7 p.m. Should be a lot of fun. From there, I just have some updates for the events going on the next couple days, the next week. Tonight we have our Beaches Fine Art series that's going to see the Trio Verado, so those who are going should have already gotten your confirmation. As well as on Saturday, we're going to the Riverside Arts Market. Those that are going have already been notified. On the 16th, that's Monday, we have our lunch outing to Hong Kong Bistro. This is the first time we're going, so hopefully y'all enjoy it. On the 17th, we have Len Furman, the sports time traveler. That's a little lecture that he's going to be doing. He's going to be going back in time through all these different details and pictures and all that about different important moments in sports history. It should be a lot of fun. On the 18th, we're going out to Cumberland Island. We're doing that trip at 8 o'clock, or 8:30, excuse me. So those that are going on that trip will be notified as well. And that looks like it for me. If y'all have any questions at all about any events, like the Halloween party, for instance, I still have plenty of space if you haven't signed up, so please sign up. Anything else, just be sure to let us know. Thank you so much.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Hector Gonzalez. I'm not going to say what I usually say, but I am coming to you live from Cypress Village. So my updates for the week for dining. Not a great deal, but I do want to tell you, if you haven't been to the Loon's Nest for breakfast, I would highly encourage trying a Loon's Nest for breakfast. We're not getting a lot of the traction we want in there, but there's a lot of cool, friendly people, the morning people of Cypress Village that are joining us in there, and I'm getting nothing but rave reviews on the food, the service, so I would highly, highly encourage you to utilize that breakfast, because you know what could happen if we don't have that utilization. I don't ever want to have that conversation. I want breakfast to be there and available, but if the numbers aren't there, you know, it's going to be tough for me to really continue to do that. So please, please, please utilize that amenity. The other thing I want to say is, while I'm on Loon's Nest, you know, I got to tell you, for, you know, the year that I've been here, I heard a lot from residents about, you know, Loon's Nest used to be this, Loon's Nest used to be that. But you know what? Now it feels like it's that friendly, kind of a corner bar, Cheers type atmosphere in there. We're getting a lot of traction from Chef Tony and Chef John's menu items. I mean, we're pretty much sold to capacity every night. Overflow seating. I mean, I don't have any room for other tables, but it's a lively, fun place to be, and that was the goal all along, was to get it back to that kind of a vibe in there, and I think it's there now. So thank you, everybody, for supporting that, because I think it's extremely important to have that kind of a vibe in this community, so people that enjoy Loon's Nest can go in there, meet with a friend, join somebody. We've taken a lot of the stipulations and the rules out of there. I don't even think there is many rules left in there. So at least I just want to thank everybody and congratulate the crew in there, because it really is the crew. Jen and her team have done a great job in there, along with Chef Tony and Chef John. Thank you. So I promised I was going to update everybody on where we're going with training. So this week what we've done in Middleton's and in Loon's Nest is Hospitality Promise number 1. So we are going over, we do stand-up every day, which is just a pre-meal that we have with the service staff that's working that evening. So we went over Hospitality Promise number 1, which is to greet a resident warmly, by name, and a smile. So hopefully, as you're walking through the dining venues, you're going to recognize that our training is netting us some of those positive responses from the team. I think that's an important one. I think first impressions are always very important. So that's the promise that we trained on this week, and we're going to continue to do those weekly. And I'll update in Coffee Chatter on this format what promises we are reviewing with the team. The other thing that we reviewed with the team was the 10 and 5 rule. So 10 feet away from a resident, guest, whatever, whomever you're encountering, make sure there's some sort of a physical acknowledgement. And then at 5 feet, you should be giving some type of a greeting. Hello, good afternoon, hi, how's it going? Doesn't matter, customize it. That's another promise that we've gone over, or I guess a hospitality promise that we've gone over with the team. So hopefully you'll see that as well. I think, again, that's an important part. If our community is all doing these types of processes when they're walking through the community, it just makes it a better place to be. That's all I've got for today. 4,600 menu. I'm sorry, I got one more thing. 4,600 menu. Chef is committing to October 23rd. So he's working on menu items right now, and we'll roll that out on the 23rd of October. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Good morning, Cypress Village. It's Dawn Epstein, Director of IHS, Cypress Village's own home care agency here. We are here to meet all your home care needs, and again, we have our own signature concierge services. We can provide shopping assistance, run errands, pick up your prescriptions, handle all the prescriptions, handle all your medications for you. We can do medication management. We can also assist with light housekeeping and other needs, anything that you can think of. Pet services, we do dog walks and cat care as well. And just so you know, we are sponsoring breakfast tomorrow with our nurse, Cindy Goodholm, over in the Wellness Center. So come have some breakfast and some mimosas and join us for a blood pressure check, and come meet our nurse, Cindy, who's available to meet your needs also. So thank you very much, and see you around the village.
All right, I'm back, and one thing Katie and I talked about before filming Coffee Chat was what could we throw in to, just a little bit of a change up and, spread some positivity around the village. So what Katie came up with was, we get a lot of comment cards, we get a lot of feedback through the app, just a lot of feedback, both good and bad, from many channels. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight at least one culture moment / comment card, feedback card, and we're going to read it, and then we're going to identify which hospitality promise that associate lived up to. So I'm going to kick that one off just to get us, started here this morning. So we've got one here, and the resident's name is Mary Ann Kapke. And Mary Ann lives in a villa, and she had mentioned Josh in maintenance for calls regarding work orders. And she says, I have been sending work orders since July. Josh was very engaged with getting Tree Amigos to do their job. He has always been pleasant, although I called many times. He did find a workaround, and finally Dave came out and got the job done. He took the initiative and persistence that is needed in that job. So big congratulations to Josh in maintenance, and Marianne, thank you for taking the time to recognize one of our employees. It really means a lot to myself and the employee themselves and the community as a whole. So thank you very much. Also, newsletter distribution. Newsletter distribution is going out this weekend. That's sometimes a moving target just because there's last minute information that needs to be inputted or documented on the newsletter to capture all the information for the week. But we are going to say this weekend. I'm going to leave it a little vague. Could be Saturday or Sunday, but look for the newsletter this weekend. Lastly, we had a very robust meeting with our LCS partners. We had our risk management team in. We had our legal counsel in. We had some of our vice presidents and operators from other areas throughout the corporate portfolio, as well as Sherry Robinson, who you all know very well, in attendance for a meeting here yesterday. So if you saw myself and a lot of others that you weren't familiar with that were all dressed up, some might have been casual, but I'm sure there were some suits there that you had saw. That's what it was about. It was all about risk management, compliance, and how we can handle potential legal actions more proactively. So it was great to see all of them, and glad we got that behind us. And there might be a couple of them in the crowd here right now, so I need to just give them a big shout out and thank you for coming in the support. So thank you. Lastly, we've got, I think I gave the announcement in community meeting, so if you weren't there, you didn't see it. But again, I can't tell you how much it means to me getting the emails and texts about my son and his golf. It really is. It's incredible. They had a great finish. They finished third. They wanted to finish first, of course, but of those of you that were watching, they were way behind after day one. They went from 8th place to 1st place, and then they ended up finishing 3rd place. A lot of good coverage. It was just a monumental memory that I'll always have for the rest of my life, and I'm sure my son will have. So again, thank you all for the support and just all the support and kindness. So with that being, we are going to roll into birthdays, but before I get into resident birthdays, I want to give all of our Navy folks out there a big shout out. It is the Navy's birthday today, and there's a birthday bash for the Navy at 1 p.m. Jim Jondro had some words about it and some information, so I hope you enjoyed that. But all our naval residents, big happy birthday to the Navy, and we appreciate all you did serving our country. Let me start that over. All right, and on to resident birthdays now. One of my favorite parts of Coffee Chat, as you all know. Let's see who we have out in the village whose birthday it is today. We've got 3 birthday residents. We've got Mr. John Jamba, Miss Natalie Risnick, and Richard Ashby. Happy birthday to you 3 today. We don't have any on the 14th, but on the 15th, we've got Miss Sheila Edwards, and she's the sole birthday gal out there today. And on the 16th, we've got 4. We've got Mr. George Bland, Glenda Van Ernst, Jim Druschel, and Carolyn Holder. Happy birthday to you 4. On the 17th, we've got a few. We've got Miss Betty Von Fossen, Lorraine Hong, and Maureen Murphy. Happy birthday to you 3. And on the 18th, we've got Ann Cochan, and that's a big birthday for her. I'm not going to say which one, but Ann, happy birthday. Eva McClintock, Barbara Johnson on the 18th. Wow. I'm going to cap it off on the 19th, and we've got 2. We've got Miss Bert Keith and Mr. Tom Hoagie Vogel. Happy birthday to you 2 on the 19th. So that is going to wrap up birthdays for today, and it's also going to be a wrap for Coffee Chat this week. So again, thank all of our residents for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day Friday and a great weekend. It's going to be a little wet and soggy out there from what I hear. So stay dry and have a good one. Bye.